So Father's Day can feel heavy when there's absence. Whether your father's there or he was never there, in and out, shows up with a push and pull dynamic. I love you, I disappear. I'm here, I'm gone. Or he's just emotionally unavailable. What makes it especially hard is the fact that people expect for you to be the good child, the good son, or the good daughter. And you are supposed to feel good because Father's Day is coming around. Because after all, he is your father. There would be no you without him, is what they say, right? But no one takes time out to pause and respect the fact that, or acknowledge the fact that, even when he's present, or if he's not present, there are many individuals, myself being one of them, who are fatherless on Father's Day. And so you get to give yourself permission to feel the grief, the anger, the numbness, the indifference, or even the acceptance. So on today's episode, Fatherless on Father's Day, we get to hold space to you, with you. So welcome back to Unpacking Me, the parts of trauma no one talks about. I'm your host, Nikki Cameron.
And I'm your co-host, Murnell St. Jean. And this is a little bit of a heavy topic, especially for all of us, for all of our listeners out there who do not have a father or a father figure on Father's Day. It's hard.
It's hard, but when you just said who do not have a father or father figure on Father's Day, I didn't feel sadness at all. If anything, what I feel when I hear you say that is gratitude. Because I have so many father figures
I
that
can't just replace them.
so many father figures who have shown up for me throughout my lifetime that I'm thinking of different people right now that it doesn't hit the same way anymore. It just hits with gratitude. So when Father's Day comes around, and you might think I'm silly for saying that, I have so many women who've stepped up
And make great
in the
fathers.
role of a father figure, right? So for a long time, my mother was the father figure too,
That's
right?
true. That's true.
So I want to just, acknowledge that
Some of us.
hats off to those of us who our biological father was not there, is not there for us. But we're able to recognize with gratitude people who stepped in. And maybe you didn't have anyone who stepped in. You're not as fortunate I was. I have my grandfather, I've had uncles, right? Maybe you don't have that. But all the same, you get to feel whatever goes along with that. So for me, I'm going into Father's Day with gratitude, right? Um in the past, it was a lot of anger, frustration, and resentment. But I can tell you that what I'm proud of myself for is that I didn't invalidate what I felt. And so this is for people, an invitation for those of you, those of us who your biological father is not around. And we also have special circumstances where some women have chosen that they didn't want to wait. And so they, I have colleagues who come to mind. They were tired of trying to find the ideal partner and went and got the baby on their own, right? And so if you are one of those sons or daughters in that instance too, and your mother played the role of a father, or your father isn't present for whatever reason, whatever you're feeling, allow it to be there.
Yeah.
Right. So you said it in the beginning. This is heavy. It's heavy for some, but not for all. So for those of you who you're entering into this listening space with us, if it's heavy for you, let's hold that together.
Naming that for you.
Right. And if it's not heavy for you,
yes,
that's welcome here too.
Yes. And so going back to, you get to feel whichever version of emotion you have. Validate your emotions. They're all valid here. And you get to feel it. There's no correct emotional response to any of these experiences.
Yes.
It's based on what you're going through and what you're experiencing.
Yes.
And even if grief does show up, there is that idea that everybody, if you are one of those people who is experiencing the absence
Mm-hmm.
in a grief, in a sad way, or with sadness,
Mm-hmm.
it is okay if there, if grief does show up, because a lot of the time the father may not have just been absent, he may be gone home to be with the Lord.
Or he's in the
Oh, he's
house and still not
in
there.
Father God.
He lives in the
That's so
house.
true.
He lives in the house, but he's not there
And you can grieve that if you
emotionally
want to.
or otherwise. He's
Yes.
not, right? So there's so many
There's so
different
many different, there's
variations.
no actual real, there's no correct emotion for this. It is
No,
whatever it
no.
is that's you're experiencing.
But I can tell you a big part of it, no matter what age you are, that sometimes may emerge is grief.
Grief.
The longing
Mm.
of, I wish, right? There were times when I would catch myself saying, man, I wish I had a dad that I could call and say,
Mm.
Dad, what do I need to do? My car is blah, 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 blah. What should I do, Dad? Sometimes I wish I had that. But what was great for me is that I had a grandfather I could call and
Mm.
say, Granddad. But and as a matter of fact, I call my grandfather Daddy.
Mm.
That
That's
was my
nice.
daddy,
Hmm.
right? So I could call and say, what should I do? Or he would be, if I said I need help and I say, come 9 o'clock in the morning, that man was at my house by 7. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. Because that's just the kind of person he was. He was consistent, he was reliable. But even with him being there, there was
There's
still
that
the longing
longing.
of,
Mm.
man,
I don't have that.
I wish,
Mm.
you know?
Mm.
So the grief can be very heavy. The sadness can be very heavy. And the anger can be very heavy because anger means that I have been offended. Something
Mhm.
was done to me that was offensive or crossed the boundary.
Mhm.
It's not normal or natural for a child to experience their father abandoning them,
No.
or for a child's father to die tragically,
Yeah.
or there are different instances where someone loses connection to their father, right?
Yeah.
And sadness means that a loss has happened. So what did you lose? Right? Um, but like you said before, there is no correct way for you to feel about this. However you feel
Mm.
and allow yourself to feel it. But what sometimes pisses people off is when others try to impose on them how
Right.
they
They
should
should
be
feel.
going through
Mhm.
Father's Day.
Right. So if you give yourself permission, because you're allowed to celebrate or not celebrate, honor or not honor, the way that you choose and what feels right for you.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to not celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowed to feel conflicted.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowed to create your own meaning for the day and say, you know what, instead of me putting all of this effort and attention to honor this person who is in the home but doesn't acknowledge me, or whatever version of life it is, I'm going to honor myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this day a day that I can honor me and my peace and my rest. Or you could go the opposite way and say, I'm going to honor this person because although they're not here, they left a tremendous impression on me.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
there's, it's your day. Do not allow others to impose upon you their version of their reality, because it's not your reality.
It's crazy that 2 days out of the year, Mother's Day and Father's Day,
I thought you were gonna
right?
say Christmas and Easter. I'm just
I mean,
kidding.
Father's Day especially puts a lot of anxiety, comes with a lot of anxiety for a lot of people. Mother's Day as well, because there's a lot of shaming that happens, a lot of pressure that happens. I see people spending a lot of money just so they can be a part of the trend, right?
Mm.
And I think one of the most courageous thing is for someone to really take a step back and ask themselves, if your father is still around but maybe not in your life, right? A, what kind of relationship do you want to have with this person who's inconsistent?
Mm.
Do you want to have a relationship with them? Because when someone's not repentant, and taking accountability for their behavior, they will continue to harm you,
Yeah.
right? The other piece of it is really asking yourself, are there other individuals who, to me, might have served in the role of a father figure that I want to recognize,
Right.
right? You don't necessarily have to spend any money to give recognition, but you want to recognize. And maybe you don't have any of those. Maybe your father passed away, but was a great person to you. How can you honor the memory of that person? What did that father who passed away leave behind with you?
With you. The
You know?
legacy that you
Yes,
can honor.
yes.
Yeah.
In some instances, I've had individuals who their father passed when they were a baby, so all they have to go off of are stories.
Hmm.
And I typically do exercises with them where I say, take out a picture of your father, and I want you to write out who he means to
To you.
you, your way, in a story that feels right in your soul.
Mm.
And they do that, and I tell them, frame it, put it in a frame or put it in your journal. And on Father's Day or when you feel that longing, sit and close your eyes and picture
Yeah.
that father embodying some of those qualities that you write out.
Yeah.
But as a human being, we like to be in community. We like to know that we have connectedness. It's what makes us human.
Yeah.
However, what's most important is your safety,
Yes.
mental and emotional
Emotional.
safety and stability, not going along with what everybody else thinks is best for you. But feel what you feel. And it's okay to feel grief and then gratitude too, right? So, whatever you do, like Murnell said, honor how you feel first.
Mm-hmm.
Be true to you first.
Always be true to you.
Yes, be true to you first.
And with that, I would like to say be good to yourself while you're being true to yourself. And as you're being true to yourself, honor yourself. And when you're done, then you can go ahead and honor whoever it is that you want to honor or not honor. But sum it all up like this: be good to yourself because you deserve it.